Hello, my name is Brant Hunt, and my channel is called Discerning What is True. I'm broadcasting today a short video on YouTube and on Facebook Live and on also on Odyssey, all in the name of Discerning What is True. And then actually, Facebook is under my name, Brant, B-R-A-N-T, Hunt, H-U-N-T. My title of talk here is just going to be a short one. Do you not see that the news itself is a waste of time? Yes, it is. It is a way to keep people occupied. It is a way, just like sometimes what we call even to do with weather, to get people to talk about certain subjects. But the subjects they talk about are not deep subjects, you see. And so what we do in our lives is we waste our lives. And this is a way of those who actually keep the humans occupied, meaning talking about stuff that's nonsense. Um, you'll get certain news feeds about this and that, which I don't want on my internet feed, but it comes up every now and then. And it's irritating. It's like, I don't care. This so and so, this happened to them, such and such. Okay, oh, big deal. Who cares? And then you find out it simply is that something they were talking about was really important 3 or 4 days ago is no longer even important. No one wants to talk about it. You ever notice that? Do you not know that's in a way that you are being pulled in a way that just simply leads you this way or that way, and you're not on solid ground? You're being manipulated enormously in all areas. The media today, it's not just the media, but the internet, whatever you want to call it, keeps you from actually getting to do what you need to do sometimes. It's a way of wasting your time, your life. You're not going to be here forever. None of us are, you see. And you got to have the wisdom and discernment to find out simply is, do I want to waste my life? And many people do that. And it also, people do what I call, for example, are workaholics. They don't want to deal with life, so to speak, or they're trying to get to all the goal in the world, whatever it is. And what happens simply is they waste their lives. Okay. He's a workaholic. He works all the time because he doesn't deal with anything. He doesn't deal with it's an excuse to actually the time you've been given here to research things and dig deep. You have that opportunity right now, all of it. You have time to do this. You can search these things out. You can find these things. You can read philosophical books online, and you don't have to pay for them. Come on, folks. You see, you want to be entertained. You definitely want to be entertained. Most people want to be entertained to the point they never want to dig deep. And so, there's people out here or characters, I would call it. People tend to follow them, and hey, I like this guy, such and such. So buy my T-shirt or buy me a cup of coffee. What is that all about? You see, it's merchandising. It's commerce. Anything that's basically, let's just make it clear, folks. Anything that says, buy me a coffee or whatever, they're profiting off of you. They're making money off of you. They may be in somewhat, some things are, yeah, maybe somewhat true, but guess what? Most of it isn't. And what happens is simply is that they reel you in like a fish. They throw you a little minnow out or a worm, and you're entertained by that. You are simply entertained by that. And I know that when you're young, 20 years old, such and such, you don't have much of a noggin up here. You haven't used it enough. You haven't figured out what life's about. You haven't gone through certain things. You haven't gone through difficulties, you see. Um, and so what happens with you, you gravitate to that. But when you get to 40 years old, that's when you're supposed to do away with what I call childish things. And you pick up things and you begin to realize, I need to deal with life here. I'm not going to be here forever, you know, and I need to learn some things here. And this place is for that. That's what it's a part of somewhat. It's a somewhat, anyway, it's like a pressure cooker as you get older, you see. Things don't work like they used to. You don't run up and down the street as you did when you were 20 years old or 30 years old. You now are slowly getting older. And so my talk just simply, I'm not going to say much here, but my point simply is that people gravitate to entertainment. Someone tells them a little thing about this and that, and they'll just draw it up. They just go after it, and then the next thing you know, 5 or 6 days later, something else has happened or whatever, and it's like they're on that subject now. Do you see that? It's very clear what's going on. Do you not have a omni perspective and looking at these things that are happening before you? And most of these stories, a lot of them simply are just crock. They're lies, you see. They're just there to get your attention. So what is your attention on, you see? It better be on deeper things, you see. So anyway, I just want to share a short video, not long. And thank you, Casual Mining. Good to see you. So it's just how people think these days. They gravitate to easy things. And a lot of it has to do with young age. But when you get older, I see basically when you get 40 years old, you do away with childish things. You grow up, you begin to see things differently. If you want to, or you can still be a babe, you see, you can still be a child. So that's just what I want to share today, a short video, how things are used to flashed on the screen, such and such, and anything of that nature. And the end of the world is coming, such and such. It's going to be what they call global warming. It's going to be global cooling, all this stuff, in other words, and that is, you waste your time on that. They do that for a reason, to keep you occupied and keep you from the truth of who you are. Take care. Have a good day.